it counted down. Are we ready?
Yes, sir. All right, we back in the building. Rod, Zilla, and Oyanga Ali back with another A to Z. December 28th. We just got past Christmas the other day. We back at it to discuss some topics that are hot. The BRICS nations, the pyramids, what it represents. Is it the human body or are they just tombs? On those are key topics. What you say, Ali, man? What's good?
Oh man, just trying to make it through to this new year. 24 years of marriage. I've been thinking that
When's
marriage.
your anniversary?
31st.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, happy early anniversary, man. That's huge. 24 years.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you've been married longer though, right?
Yeah. We got married in 99. So next year it'll make 27 years, I think. Yeah, 27 years next year. Crazy.
Nah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you.
We're getting long in the tooth, bro. We both got the gray beards now, you know.
Yeah,
I guess that makes us good wives, right? Huh?
Hey, we can use that, and all my
Yeah,
hair
we
receding is giving me more connection to the sun.
We're almost twins, bro. The bald heads, the gray beard, you know. We're getting up there.
Yeah, but you still got good eyes. I need to wear glasses.
Man, you know, I had to get glasses a couple weeks. Like I still have good vision. Like I can see pretty far. You know, I still probably like 20/20, but it's gotten a little bit blurry. You know what I mean? Just from a distance. So
you know what messed my vision up?
What's that?
The Marine Corps.
The Marine Corps. How did the Marine Corps mess up your vision?
Marine Corps boot camp. So this eye right here was where I could see super far. This is my close vision, my nearsighted. So I'm aiming in at the target. I forgot where we was at, but I over lubed my rifle. It was like pop, 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 pop. Was shooting. I think it was the rapid fire or whatever, but whatever fire it was, a lot of the CLP jumped back and got into my eye. Messed that vision up. The drill instructors or whatever was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "No, I can't see." And on the you went to Paris Island, right?
Yeah, I did. Yep.
Yeah. So on the rifle range, there's no water. You have to use your canteens.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, and we was at the 200, I believe. We was at the 200. So in order to get water, you had to run all the way back. And drill instructors are like, we ain't got time for that. We can blah 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 blah. I'm like, well, shit, I'm going blind right now. And it was like, well, you're gonna miss out on training. You're gonna go back in, So they just poured a little bit of water from my canteen in my eye, which was not enough. I needed Dawn dishwashing liquid or something because that CLP, CLP breaks down stuff. So it kind of messed my vision up. But oh well.
Wow. Okay. All right, man. That's crazy. Hopefully you're getting paid for it. They give you a little money for it or what?
Not at all.
No? All right.
Not at all. They said it's because just getting older. I'm like, nah, I used to be able to see the moon, see little creatures walking around on the moon with my right eye.
See creatures walking on the moon? Yeah. Boy.
Yeah, man. Right.
Oh man, too bad we didn't get that recorded. Like, see what's going on, man. You could have broke down the moon matrix. Let us know what's really going on if you had that kind of vision.
Hell yeah! You know what the creatures walking around on the moon were?
What's that?
Humans, because the moon is a reflection of Earth.
Okay, all right, that's what's up.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, man.
I mean, there's so many stories about the moon, man. Who knows, bro? It's hard to sort it out. Is it real? Is it satellite? What's on the other side?
Yeah, man. It's just a reflection of the flat Earth.
Okay.
Because it's the same no matter where you go. Any side of the Earth that you like in Australia, it's the same fucking moon. And,
I mean,
I've been to Australia. It's the same moon. I've been to Japan. It's the same freaking moon. I'm
no different perspective.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's the same moon. It's like how does this what's this called? Satellite. It can't be a satellite You know why? Because it's like the Earth is spinning around the moon, right? I mean, excuse me, the Earth is spinning around the sun, right?
Rotating and revolving at the same time. Yeah.
Rotating and revolving around the sun. The moon is rotating. No, it's not rotating. Well, it's not spinning. It is rotating, right?
It's supposedly revolving around the moon. Yeah. Around the
revolving
Earth.
around
Yes.
the Earth.
Yes.
So as this thing is going here, as the Earth is going around the sun, when the moon comes back around, the Earth is still moving forward. So the moon actually has to speed up to catch up to the Earth, right? When it's coming on the backside, it has to either slow down to get here and then speed up to go back around, and then slow down or speed up. There has to be some kind of, force to make it stay at the same time. You know what I mean? For
Mhm.
it to get around. So that doesn't. Where's it getting its force from? You see what I mean? Where's it getting its force on that last rotation to come all the way back around? It's already going. What? How fast is the moon going? Like some 100,000 miles per hour, and then it has to pick up another 100,000 miles per hour just to get around to the other side to be on time.
Yeah.
And then slow down. Nah.
Hey. It's I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like it's a lot of things that don't add up about the way the design of the solar system was taught to us.
Yeah.
I don't know the truth of it. Like one of the things that always tripped me out about a moon, you know how you get like you can put a light bulb up and you can see the glow from a light bulb, which means that glow is coming from right around that localized light bulb. The moon
Right.
does the same thing, just like a light bulb, but yet they tell us it's reflecting sunlight from the sun. That doesn't really kind of add up. It's just
it doesn't.
It looks like it's giving off its own light. You know what I'm saying?
And then the illusion, right? And then there's an illusion that I've personally seen. When the sun comes up or when the sun is setting. We've seen this in Tahoe. We've seen this in Tahoe. I think I've seen it in a couple other places too. But for myself, and I've seen it before. I've seen it on the internet, and I that's why I could resonate with it. But when the sun was setting, it's like it's either an optical illusion or it's real. It's like, how is those clouds behind the sun? You got clouds in front of the sun, but how are those clouds behind the sun? It doesn't make any sense. So it has to be either an optical illusion or
it's not as far away as they make it.
Something.
Yeah.
Something. So
something to think about, man. Something to think about.
Yeah. And then they said this. I heard somebody say this and it made so much sense. It was like, we don't know that much about the presidency. We don't know. They're not really letting us into the world of kings and queens. We're not really into the world of letting us know about billionaires. So why would they let us know about space? And we got all kinds of stuff about space, all kinds of information about space. You know what I mean?
You mean like why would they let us in on what it's really all about?
No. Why would they? Why would they? If they lied to us about the presidency, they lied to us about presidents,
Sure.
The government in all aspects of it. We already know we get lied to about all kinds of stuff, right? They lied to us about we don't even know what's going on under the Smithsonian, but we know stuff is going on. Some people know stuff is going on under there, but it's known to the government what's going on because it's a governmental thing. We don't even know what's going on in Area 51.
I get what you're saying. So it's a logical conclusion. Like, why would they let us know about space if they're lying about such obvious things?
Right. We don't know what's going on in the Pentagon.
Right.
You know, so why would the government actually let us know what's going on in space if they're the ones that control it? They're not. They
I,
they won't.
I mean, yeah, it seems like it's a very logical conclusion that you're making. Like, why would they? It wouldn't make any sense to lie about everything else and then tell the truth about that.
Exactly.
For sure.
That's the main thing. Exactly what you said. It doesn't make any sense for them to lie about everything else and tell us the truth about that.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm with you on it, man. And so what can we look to find some truth, bro? I mean, you sent me some videos that were really cool, man, about the pyramid, and a lot of it makes sense for what I've read and what I've come to know. I mean, I'd
Yeah,
like to dive into it with you. We could just play some of it here and there, pause it, and
yeah,
just kind of chop it
yeah.
up.
Let's get
And
into it. And when I seen it, I was like, this is Rod's playground. Let's get some information.
let's see what's up with it. So I'm gonna share my what is this phone thing? Let's share the screen and we'll just see what's up. Yeah, I want to hear what you got to say on it too, man. I think it's pretty deep video. All right, so can we see it?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go.
Hey, and you can stop it wherever you want to start the conversation.
So I got
the water system, the step-like resonance chambers, the 33, 39-foot shafts, the subterranean vault carved tighter than a Swiss timepiece. This is not architecture, this is architecture. Arc as in electric arc, high-tech as in ancient technology, and texture as in texture of the universe itself. What you're looking at is a light projector. The water system. These vertical shafts, they're not random tunnels. They're hydrodynamic organs designed to let water rise, fall, compress, expand, and oscillate. As water moves, it creates vortex pressure. And vortex pressure becomes sound, and sound becomes light, and light becomes form. This is cymatics, the law that vibration arranges matter into sacred geometry. These chambers.
I mean, what you know a little bit about cymatics?
Nah, nothing at all.
Man, cymatics. Let's see. Maybe we can see a quick picture of it.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a word, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Cymatics is cool, bro, because you can take they have these things where you can take like a speaker, for example, and you can put a plate over the top of it and you can have it vibrate, and over time it can make a certain shape.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
I know about it. I didn't know that was the name.
Yeah, that's the name for it. So you can take a physical representation of a sound and see it visually. So they've made digital versions of this as well now. Let's see. The guy I always talk about, Seven Bomar, he's created a system where you can see these digital sounds be represented right here. This is what I was talking about with sand. Can you see this one?
No, it's still the
video. It's still on the video. Okay. Let's see. Stop sharing. I'm gonna share this screen here because it's important to kind of take a look at cymatics right here. This one over here, I have my little wand on. Yeah. So, that's taking sound and then making a physical representation of the sound and vibration, so you can see the sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what. Go ahead.
Yeah, and you know the funky part about that?
What's that?
That's only two-dimensional.
Correct.
We don't know what that shape or what energy that thing brings from when it's in a three-dimensional construct,
It looks like you and us walking around. You know what I mean?
No.
If you think about, so like when you hear like the esoteric, like when they use it in the Bible, they're talking about cymatics when they're talking about creation, right? When they say God says let there be. It's talking about the force of nature, which says, let there be. And when he says, let that be, you think about a
It's
voice.
sound.
That's a sound, the vibration of the voice box penetrating the ether or the air, and then creating a physical representation of something that then that sound becomes physical. So it's explaining it's talking about it from a God, but it's explaining the science of cymatics and how vibration becomes something physical, which is the world that we see around us. And if you think about how we're talking about this sound hits the sound hits a plate. If you think of Earth being a surface and sound and light coming down to this surface that we stand on and walk on, then the representation of what you see is these three-dimensional figures, trees, animals, us walking around, sound becoming light or light bodies.
Right.
Yes.
Hold on for 1 second.
Sure. Yeah, man. Yeah, so Ali's holding on a little bit. We're explaining the science of cymatics, talking about this video here, and if we think about where we're at, this is a plane. It's much like a movie screen. If you think about how a movie works, and you got that one light beaming into the screen, and then you see people walking on the screen.
Yeah.
Our souls are light bodies being projected into this realm. And then when they hit the surface, they come back up in physical form that is able to move and walk. So our bodies are a representation of this same thing he's talking about here.
And I know we're getting ready to start, but
yeah, go for it.
When you said it, it's about, and you reset it a different way. I do remember when I was younger, I was able to hear the sun.
Yeah, it has a sound. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was able to hear. And it was only in the morning time too. It was only in the morning where I could hear it go, and like shortly, because I would get out there, and this is in Ohio, and of course it was a long time ago, but it would only last for probably about, I don't know how long, I don't remember the time, but I couldn't hear it once it got to a certain level in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember being able to hear it. And when you say that, it's the vibration and how it's hitting the earth. You said a plate. That's what happened. You said a plate. Flat earth.
I knew where you gonna. I knew you were gonna go there, bro. And that's why I went down that rabbit hole so deep, because when you think about the conception of how you describe when we describe the way nature is really working, it does fit that model better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It does.
But I also think it's also dual perspective, in that it's both flat and round in a sense, because it's a round energetic goes around it, just like in a torus field. And I think he's going to talk about a torus field in a bit.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. So so we'll shelve it and we'll look at the torus field when he goes a little bit deeper on it.
Yes, sir.
Chambers are morphogenetic incubators, shaping life, shaping consciousness, shaping the electromagnetic body of Earth itself.
Oh, there you go, right there with that firmament, right? And the pillars.
Yep.
Sine waves, born into sin. Those looping U-shaped shafts, that is the sine wave embodied. And religion took that science and said, you were born into sin. Not sin as in moral mistake, but sinusoidal wave. You were born into a waveform reality. reality, into oscillation, into frequency, into rhythm. This entire structure is a metronome of the world, anchoring Earth's heartbeat. The pillars of the Earth. See the vertical tubes holding the ground.
Man, this dude, he's dropping so much, man.
Yeah.
Sine wave. And that's another way that you know that this sound is being represented in physical form, because we all have a energetic or a vibration, and it's no difficult to think about than coming the heart vibrates, which is the first organ that is created, is that individual vibration, and it's very individual and specific to each person, their own vibration. And when he's saying you're born into sin, which is also another way of saying separation from God itself or the creator, that just means that you're born into a different vibration or energetic signature.
Yeah.
You know,
it's not, and sin in his description is not the same sin that religion says.
Correct. Absolutely. And then there's a scripture in the Bible. I always wondered about it because we used to sing these songs in church about, sing unto the Lord a new song, sing, and basically what that means is when you're talking about coming into the fullness and wholeness of yourself, you vibrate at a different frequency then. And when people say they're enlightened or reaches Christ consciousness, now your energetic signature or the sine wave or the vibration you're at is a different vibration, is more harmonic than with the God vibration. And it's no more complicated than that. All right, let's keep rolling.
Ancient texts call these the pillars of the earth, not physical pillars, energetic ones. The scalar standing waves rising from the aquifer beneath Giza. Scalar waves don't move like normal waves. They don't travel. They unfold, instant, everywhere, like consciousness. These are the true foundations Job 38 was talking about. The chambers, time and dimensions. The chambers floating mid-level. Those are not tombs. They're resonant cells tuned to precise frequencies. The Great Pyramid is a third-dimensional structure that opens into the fourth dimension, time, and stabilizes awareness into the higher dimensions above it. The ancients didn't call this a building. They called it a temple of all dimensions. The zodiac and the constellations above the pyramid sits.
Yeah.
Hey, when you look at that, did you see how it was set up? How that version was set up? You had the sound waves and everything from on the top, the lands on the top, and then underneath it was the pillars and everything. Maybe that's why they have put in the idea of two sides to one coin.
Break it down for me.
Just what that picture was.
Let me see if I can get it
flat.
back. Let me see if I can get it back.
Yeah, rewind it a little bit.
Orion, Leo, Sirius.
I don't even know how to rewind Instagram on here.
Oh no!
In the 1970s.
You go too far back, but anyway, it was flat. It had the Earth at the top, and it was still spinning around. Had the moon. I mean, the pyramids on the edge, and then it had underneath it was the pillars. That's two sides to one coin. So they keep it. It still shows in that saying of something being flat, because the coin represents the flatness.
Okay, I got you.
You see what I mean? So there's a total the other side, which is the pillars, the foundation, the sound, the creation part of what's on the other side of the coin. You know, a different perspective, but it still keeps that idea. I mean, able to be grabbed onto. Everybody doesn't see it that way, but you're able to grab onto it when you see the picture.
It's kind of like,
at least I am able to grab onto it when I see the picture.
No
don't know
doubt.
about everybody else.
No doubt. Hold on. Let's see here. Kind of like this one. Something like that.
Something like that, right? But how they have it, yeah, is how he had it. It was, you know, the lines were flat, and then you had the pillars underneath. He
Yeah.
showed it floating inside of this thing. So yeah, something similar to that. That doesn't remind me of a coin,
That's
but the
that's
other
funny.
one.
But maybe I think he goes back to that image again. Hopefully he does. And if he does, let me know, and we'll I'll stop it right
All right.
there. Yeah, I'll stop it right there. Let me share it back.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll a little bit more.
The original cosmic circuitry, each star a tuning fork, each constellation a chord in the celestial symphony. The pyramid shafts point directly at these stars because the building is a stellar synchronizer, pulling light codes into Earth's grid. That's why the Bible calls the Christ the light of the world, not metaphorically, literally light, literally frequency. The law of correspondence, as above, so below, as within, so without. Whatever pattern exists in the heavens must mirror inside your body. Look again at the chambers and passages. They align perfectly with the chakras, the nervous system, the 33 vertebrae, the 7 endocrine lamps, the 7 candles of revelation. The pyramid is a blueprint of you. You are the temple. You are the stargate. Kronos, Saturn, is the master of density and form. The pyramid sits on the Earth's 0 point to regulate how matter crystallizes in this realm. The hourglass shape of the underground.
So he keeps saying that the pyramid is you, right?
Is that what you heard?
Yeah, he keeps saying that the pyramid is a representation of the human body, right?
Okay.
And if you look at the human body, you ever see that picture where the human body, the Vitruvian man, where he's standing with the 5 points? So you got the head, arm, leg, arm, head.
Yeah.
So arm, leg, hold on, head, arm, leg, arm, head. It's just 5 points. And if you look at a pyramid from the top down, it's got 5 points. You know, if you can you visualize that? You got the point up top, and then the 4 points around the edge, 5 points.
Okay.
Can you visualize? You get what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
So that's how it's a representation of us. And then, as he was saying, that the pyramid is pulling down light codes from the heavens. And if you think about this right here, this is why they always show Jesus with that light behind his head.
No, he's the light bearer, the light of the world.
Yeah, he's a light bearer, and also like
so is Satan.
Yes, exactly. Lucifer. That name even means that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So if we share the human toroidal field, try to pull this up here. Sorry, bro, taking a little time here trying to get the right picture.
No, we good. Do your thing.
Yeah. So there we go. Yeah, here. So you can see how this toroidal field goes around the human body. And if you can just imagine the light coming in, or the energy coming in from the top on this one right here. But he said the source is above.
Yeah.
And then there's this middle point. So we're always taking in light from above coming in through the crown chakra, which is why Jesus always has that crown behind his head, representing this very concept here. They got some
on the right.
Yeah, so yeah, you can see him, but you know, right here he's got the light coming in. Most of the pictures with picture this, and then you got the crown around his head, which is a crown of thorns or horns, which is depicted as the crown, like that toroidal field. If you looked at it from the top, it would look like a crown on top of his head, always bringing in this light code. So that's why he's called a light bearer. And our bodies are the same. The pyramids itself was pulling down light codes. So it's all kind of representing the same thing of how light comes into the body and how creation is formed. Let's go back to it.
Chambers, that is time falling, pressure accumulating, light collapsing into mass. This is why Saturn is called the Lord of the Rings. Rings, Gauss cycles, cycles as time, and crystallized vibration. Before you hear these verses, understand this. When I say esoteric, I'm not talking about magic. Esoteric means the hidden meaning beneath the surface. The Bible has two layers, the outer story and the inner architecture. If you only read the surface, you argue. If you read the deeper layer, you understand the technology. That's why I'm decoding these verses, not changing them, just revealing what's already there. Job 38:31. Canst thou bind the sweet influences of Pleiades or loose the bands of Orion? Explanation. God names the same star systems ancient builders modeled on Earth. Giza in Egypt is aligned to Orion. Teotihuacan in Mexico is aligned to Orion. The pyramid fields in Xi'an, China are aligned to Orion. Tikal in Guatemala matches the Pleiades. Hyperspace. These locations were not chosen only for astronomy. They sit on non-local energy points where the Earth's electromagnetic field bends into higher dimensional geometry. In simple terms, the ancients placed these structures on positions where physical space touches the next layer of reality. A pyramid at that point becomes a gateway, not just a monument. Correspondence. As the stars are arranged in the sky, the pyramids are arranged on the ground. Global, said global, the firmament engine. Break the word down. Glow can glow, light, illumination, radiance, projection. Baal, the architect, the controller, the overseer. Global, global, the glow of the architect across the world. The entire world system is a projection field powered by the pyramid grid of Atlantis that lights up the firmament. The firmament is the lens, the earth grid is the engine, the pyramids are the projectors, and the stars are the output. That is the global system.
It's the Vitruvian man I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
The firmament as the projection layer.
Right there.
This one? Okay.
See the flatness? And then you got one side of the coin, which is the bottom, and then the other side is that.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
And they're both different, but they work for the same goal.
No doubt. You know? And it's also like that heart, like the center is where all the energies meet. And the heavens and the earth kind of combine energies right here in the central point. You know, heart being an anagram for the word earth. And you got the higher energies coming down from the heavens through the physical body. And you have the spiritual chakras from the heart up, so the throat chakra, so on and so forth. And below you have the more dense root from the root chakra, sacral chakra. Those energies meet in the middle point, which is called earth, or the heart center, which is represented by the color green, which we know the heart chakra is green, earth is green. You got all the trees and everything. They're trying to get rid of the green. But this is where we're at is where heaven and hell meet, so to speak, or those or the lower energies and the higher energies meet, which is why we're on this dual plane, why you see quote unquote good and bad here.
Right.
You know, because it's in the middle.
You know,
Midgard,
and there's a chance to vibrate and be on the opposite end, to be on the other side of the coin.
That's right. Yeah, you could go
You know,
either way here.
yeah, and neither side is bad.
Mm-mm.
It's just a different life, a different viewpoint, a different way of being.
Yep,
You know, yeah.
exactly. So it all meets here, bro. You're right. You're spot on with
Hey,
that, I believe. Go for it.
check this out. Check this out. If a person knows all this and has mastered just this little bitty tiny thing, which is huge and
Yeah.
outstanding from where we're sitting, but that's a little thing. You know what I mean? Because there's something on the outside of that, because that was created.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, man.
What's that world look like? Yeah, I think the world on the outside of this, that picture that we're looking at right here, the world on the outside of that is, I don't know. Is
And you hit on it, nail on the head. That's why all the scriptures say you can't really describe the creator because it's outside of the creation. You know what I mean? So everything that we can talk about and discuss is within the creation. That's why nothing is new under the sun.
right,
It can't be new here. This is a place where energies get recycled over and over. So how can you create something outside of that? Time, the third dimension, physical matter, gravity, all those things are within this realm, and the creator exists outside of that. That's why the only
right,
way that's why that's why you can never really come to a clear consensus about anything with this knowledge here, because everything here can be debated, because there's truth and there's lies here, but
yeah,
outside of that is all truth. You know
supposedly.
what I mean? Supposedly. No, and
We
it
don't
has
know.
to be it's like,
It could okay. See, this is what I'm thinking about.
go for it.
Okay, inside this, just the picture inside this idea
Yeah.
is everything that we think we know. The
Mm-hmm.
different realms, the aliens, the spirits, the just, you know how they talk about this 13th levels or 33 levels of existence or whatever when you come to masonry and all that other stuff.
So
Anyway,
33, yeah, the 33 vertebrae, 33. I get what you're saying.
yeah,
Yeah.
all of that is inside of this realm,
Yeah.
or inside of this area. But there's other realms inside of this area, you know, other um other visuals that, you know, other light energies that
Yeah.
we can't actually see that are here, you know, like
That's right.
because we can't see all the color spectrums, and there's things that live in different spectrums that
Right.
we just can't see, but all that's inside of here. The stuff that's on the outside, like what you said, we can't we because we're inside of the creation, at least this creation, we don't even have a clue on what's on the outside of this creation. Whoever created this area for us to live in, we have no, the only thing that we have of that being, that energy, is what's inside here. But there's so much on the outside that we,
Yeah, you're right, man. I mean, what you're talking about is really deep, because everything that we know, like you say, is here, even language, which is why to really understand who you are, which it says all is self, know thyself. When you understand that, then you know that where you really are comes from beyond this creation. And to truly know yourself, you have to go beyond it. You can only go beyond it through sitting with yourself. That's why you have to go within and forget this self, in a sense, to know the all. This is
yeah,
why, because you can never really know it all trying to understand it with your mind. And then once you do tap into that to explain it to someone, you have to use language. And
You
language
don't have the
can't,
words.
you don't have the words to say it, because language can't encompass that, because it's part of things that were created here. So that's why it's almost like, that's why the text say, it'll say things like, God's ways are not like our ways. God's time is not like our time, because it really isn't, because everything that we know is contained within the creation itself. And it's kind of like when you go to sleep at night and you dream, in a sense, you know that you're dreaming. The characters in the dream are all being created and projected from your mind, but they don't really know who you are. But you, as the dreamer, knows the whole thing. And it's kind of like
Yeah.
that.
Wow. Wow.
And I was listening to this thing the other day, bro. He was like trying to make a concept of how you can pray to God, in a sense, not pray to God, but to have faith in the creation, knowing that it knows all things. And he made this analogy that made so much sense. And it was like, imagine you see an ant walking on the ground, and you see the ant walking towards your food to have, you got a picnic over here on the table, and the ant's walking over there to get it. To the ant, he just knows he's following his instincts. He can smell the food. He knows it's close or whatever. But you, as a person looking at the ant, you can see where the ant came from, so, which is its past, so to speak. You can see where it is currently, and then you can also see the picnic in which it's trying to get to. But the only way you have that perspective is because you're looking at the whole thing. But the ant itself is so immersed in what he's going through that, he's just trying to get through the grass, the blades of grass. And that's how the creator looks at us, like being outside of everything. Because to really, because you and I talked about manifestation before, and to really understand that concept, all the different things that have to happen, like this person got to do this, you got to make the house in China, then the woods got to be shipped. The only way you can understand true manifestation in that sense is to have that level of viewpoint, that
Right.
kind of vantage point. And
That's
the only
the
person
way
that can
you
have that,
not understand, but that's the only way you can view it. But go ahead.
yes. And I was going to say, the only way to have that kind of perspective is to get up outside of this creation.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's when you're talking about creation, it's the same thing of like how it says as above as within, or it could be
As
said like
above,
this.
as above, so below, as within, so without.
You're right. It could be
Yeah.
also said like this. The conversations that you are having with yourself is the conversations that you're creating.
Yeah.
Like the as far as the light that's shining from us, the energy or whatever, the sound waves, the vibrations, the whatever. When we're sitting here and we're having a conversation with ourselves and we're like, oh my gosh, today is going to be fucking awesome. Right. But we're saying it and we're planning it out. That's the way we're going to see it. That's what is actually going to be creating. Like there could be a car accident. Boom, everybody in that car accident dies. But I seen it and I'm like, whoa, that was fucking awesome. I was just getting ready to be there, but I'm glad that car stopped in front of me because I would have been. So you still see something beautiful in that because the events that are happening throughout the day are going to happen. Our choice is how we view it. What energy are we putting towards that event? You know what I mean? So when we start speaking or having a conversation that we are creating in front of us, just like having that inner conversation of, oh, I'm going to get a car. I'm going to get me, I really like this new Maybach SUV, right? I really like it. And then all of a sudden you just see one. You might see one in the magazine, might see one in real life, right? Then you buy it and you only seen one. Now there's like 40 of them driving around. You know what I mean? It's
Sure.
like because the fact that we created it, now that it's in our system, we can see more of that because our mind is vibrating that. If we want to see a lot of violence, our mind will create the violence, and we like that. And the conversations that we are having are the silent conversations in our mind, not verbal, but the silent conversations in our mind do have energy. They are tangible.
Yes.
So it does matter how you think about yourself, how we think about ourselves, how I think about myself. What conversation am I having to create what's in front of me?
Yeah.
You know, so that is it's this. I think it's the same thing in how we also don't see. Sometimes we don't think big. You know, we're taught to think small. Is you remember when we had that conversation? It's like God is we say God is the creator of the whole universe, and there's billions of stars, there's billions of universes, there's billions of different planets, but we, instead of asking God for, hey, let me be a ruler of that universe, we're saying, hey, God, man, let me just get a new job. We're thinking so small. Hey, God, let me just make it through this day without rain. It's like, what? You know, so the conversations that we are having with ourselves, inside our minds, should be bigger.
Yeah.
Can be bigger. But we're stuck on self-conscious stuff.
For sure, man. I mean, man, you said so much, dude. I mean, yeah, and I think it goes a part of it, what you said earlier about, the conversations that we have silently goes to why we say things like talk is cheap, not just because of the interactions we have with others, but the talk that we have within our own mind is cheap because it's our vibration that really matters. What I'm saying is, like, I could say some shit like, I love you, but if my heart really hates you, that's what really matters. So the talk is
Right.
cheap.
Got you.
Or if I feel like, oh, I'm great and I'm confident, but in my heart I really don't believe that about myself, then my life is gonna produce what I really believe about myself, not the shit I'm saying to you to make myself feel good about, try to look good in front of you, but it's really what I'm vibrating at my heart that matters, because that can't really lie. You can't change the energetic signature by your words. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get
so
it. That's on point right there. But
we talked.
There is a conflict there. That's where a conflict comes in.
Sure. Go for
it. Because those are still vibrations.
Mm-hmm.
Just like what you said. I'm the most confident motherfucker in the world, man. I'm the shit. I'm the bomb. But then my mind is like, man, I'm so nervous.
Yeah.
I don't really get this, man. This is, and so they bounce off each other. Now, what that creates in a person's life, I don't exactly know. There's got to be some turmoil somewhere. The level of turmoil, I don't know. Maybe it's just an uneasy feeling. Maybe it's something. But
I think it manifests as things like anxiety, disease, stress, those type of emotions. It manifests as that because in your heart you feel like one type of way, but in your mind you feel another kind of way. So it's an internal conflict that keeps you divided from who you really are, which is why the whole purpose of the spirituality is to become whole or wholeness and create synergy and harmony with who you are.
Yeah.
So that you don't have, with self. So you don't have the dis-ease of energy not being blocked in your body, or the conflict or the stress or the anxiety because you're not living out who you truly are. You're masking your true self and desires. that leads to all the conflicts, and which is why I think why you see such a hard push for us to be pulled in the direction of what celebrities think we should be doing, or how we think we should be dressing, and how we think we should be all of that creates internal conflict.
Yeah,
with who
we're
you
getting too
really
much
are.
information.
Yes, too much information.
Garbage information.
Mm-hmm.
Garbage information.
And all that does is separate you from yourself.
Yeah.
And when you say self, we also have to remember that if all is self, that's one of the things, that all is self, then that means that we're representation of the creator.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? And we're divided from within ourselves, and we're divided from the creator. And I think you and I talked about
we're denying. I think we're denying, not divided. We're denying the creator.
Yes, yeah, that's probably a better word.
Yeah,
a good word. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I think you. I mean, yeah, you can use both. Divided, denied. I think they both work.
Okay. They probably both work. I'm just looking at it from a different angle. So yeah,
it's for sure. But that's the trick of language, right? We got to, the language kind of can create some separation when it's not really separation there. It's just a matter of understanding what is being communicated at a level where you get rid of the division. You and I talked once about omniscience, omnipresence, and omnipotence.
Yeah.
And when we think about omnipresent, that would mean, like, if we're all, if the creator's in everything, we have to just realize that the creator's always in everything.
Yeah.
Including us at all times, no matter what life looks like. And then we have to realize the omnipotency, meaning that, like you said earlier, there was if there was an accident, that at all times, that accident is being created by that presence, which we call creator God, at all times, no matter what. And then we also have to look at the third one, omniscience, that just like we used that analogy earlier about the ant, that the creator has everything in control at all times, no matter what.
Yeah, well, see, and when you're saying that, some people, I believe, because I used to believe that, oh my gosh, because he's omniscient, that means everything is predestined, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of agree with that, but I agree with it in the form of the event, just what you said in the beginning part. If there's an accident happening, that accident is happening, but the idea of choice comes into how I view it.
Yeah.
That's my choice. Yep. How I view it, what kind of energy I choose to put in it. The event is going to happen. There was no way that we could have stopped 9/11, but there is a way that we could have changed the world's thought on 9/11.
Yeah, agree. I think that's good, bro.
Yeah. So, people could have just been like, even though the president was like, this is Osama bin Laden, or this is Saddam Hussein. And we watched the videos and listened to him, and he was like, nah, I didn't do it. There's weapons of mass destruction. There's no weapons of mass destruction here. If the regular people would have stopped getting amped up by our government telling us their truth, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And was like, wait a minute, well, hey, let's have a level head with this. If everybody was like, let's have a level head with this. And Saddam, we're going to come in there. We're going to come in there. Don't fight us, because we're not going to fight you. We're going to send our military in, but we just want to look for some weapons of mass destruction. If you have it, we're going to kill you. Flat out. You know what I mean? So,
sure.
But that was how the rest of the world could have thought about it. That's how the people could have thought about it, instead of thinking immediately, we got to agree with these people and retaliate against this, because we found out agreeing with the government And thinking that that was such a horrendous situation, we got blindsided and deceived to believe that there were weapons of mass destruction. And so we couldn't even see what really happened. You know, we seen the event, but we didn't go past the event. We didn't dig deeper. We didn't think harder. We didn't do research. We just stayed with the event and used the emotion that they gave us. Your emotion for this event is going to be anger, hate for these people. Instead of us, we had an opportunity to choose. We couldn't choose the event, but we could have chosen, no, I'm going to love right now. And out of love, there's protection. Out of protection, I love the world. I love the people here. I'm not just going to kill all these innocent people because of a few people told me to think this way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So we have a choice.
And,
okay.
And
let me get off that.
No, you I think you hit on something good because because when you say this, when we talk about omniscience, omnipotence, you know, it can sound insensitive on the surface, like, well, damn, like 3,000 people blew up over there. But then you go on and say we have a choice, but the choices are quite simple. We can choose to just hate, or we can choose love.
Yeah.
And those are really, you know, love being a unifying force, hate being everything that destroys everything on the other end. Those are really the oppositions of forces that are here. And those are the choices that we have to choose in any situation that are here. Because if you say, like, if the creative force is omnipotent, that means either the creative force let it happen and it's for my good if I choose to see it, or it's not if I don't see it. But it doesn't mean that, you know, that the event didn't happen. So the choices become simple. Which one are we going to choose? One that builds and unifies, or one that destroys and takes things further down the rabbit hole of destruction?
Right.
And those are the real choices here.
And that choice, now we use something big just now, 9/11, but that choice is happening every single moment in our life.
Yeah.
You're when you're driving in your car, when I'm driving in my car, I have to make a choice right then. This motherfucker right here is going so slow. I hate Teslas. I have a choice to think that. I could think something else. That guy's just having a leisure day. Let me go ahead and get past him. Yeah. You know, or instead of me, oh, he's on his phone. He's still having a leisure day. That's a Tesla. It's probably driving by itself. Let me get past him. You know, sure. And then once I get past him, oh, I look at the time. Damn, I'm late. Fuck. No, I have to make a choice right then. Oh, I'm a little bit behind schedule. Let me go ahead and drive a little bit more tactically. You know,
for sure. Absolutely.
I mean, like, choices come. The moments are like this to make a choice, because I could be driving right after that happened and my phone ring. Fuck, I forgot this. Or, okay, I'm glad they called. Let me go ahead and talk to them right now while I'm driving. Put my little earbud in and have that conversation. You know, that's our choice. And with that choice, we create a vision, a view of the beautiful things that are happening at the same exact time. And we pull those beautiful things into our vision, because yes, there will be we could sit there, be driving down the street, two people on the left side of the street going at it, spitting on each other, fighting all out, you know, going up, and then we look over to the right. I mean, we just miss that because we've been pulling all the good stuff. We don't even see that, but we see somebody proposing to somebody over here, which is and she accepting it. You know what I mean? You know, and so it's like when we start having those good conversations with ourselves, when we start, you know, paying attention to our conversations that we're having with ourselves that are creating
Mm-hmm.
and we start making the choices of each event that we see as, let's see the good side of this event. Let's focus on what I can make good about this event or make positive, or what can, instead of getting mad at the event, let me push some positive emotion in here and see what it brings. See what I can do. We may not be able to find too much stuff positive about the situation. The situation may be so, that event may be so horrible that it's like, all right, let's see how I can get through this. Oh, I got a plan to get through it. I will celebrate that plan to get through this, and then you get through it. And now that's still something positive because I still found a way to celebrate it, which is still good energy, or that vibration that brings beautiful things in the future and beautiful things in this present.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, you that's spot on, right? And to have that kind of perspective is a challenge, right? That's why they say um God's ways are not like our ways, because like the peace that passes all understanding. So to have that kind of peace internally goes beyond what you would expect the average people would expect you to have in that moment. And that's why you when you reach that level, it's truly a state of God consciousness, because you realize the bigger picture in all things. And just like you said, we were talking about the 9/11 analogy, as above, so below, as within, so without. If we choose war or division in that sense, it creates more war on the earth. And if you choose to get mad in that sense, your body being a micro version of earth, it creates war inside your own body, because it's stress, destruction, and all the things that go along with being not in harmony inside your own mind. So being able to let those things go and be at ease with the things you can or cannot control, accepting the things that you cannot control, is like a state of internal harmony, which creates less disease, less stress within your own body. And it also then
it creates healthiness.
Yes, it's to create a healthy state of mind, which creates a healthier body. And then it allows you to shift your perspective on focusing on things that bring you more of that, so you attract more of that into your life.
Oh my gosh. Go ahead. Keep going.
So it's just that, being able to recognize your own harmonic frequency, because that's what it is. At the end of the day, that's what it is what frequency are you vibrating at the frequency of harmony or division? But the choice is up to you. And sometimes that's not always easy, especially in a moment of difficult times, especially in the world that we live in, when you see so much death, destruction, and so on and so forth. It's not always easy to make that choice, but that's the choice that we're faced with. How can we make a heaven out of the hell that we're given? But I mean, I think we said before, everything is here. All the energy is here. It's just, what are we going to do with it? You know what I mean? Or are we going to choose heaven or hell? Or are we going to choose to take the shitty situations that we see and do our best to create more heaven? Because we got the choices are very few when you look at it from a higher level perspective and get out of your feelings and emotions of what you're experiencing in your own day to day. But that's what the Christ perspective is, isn't it? When you look at the example of what a Christ did, or a Buddha or a Krishna, what they did was looking at the world in a higher perspective and sought to bring more harmony inside of the hell that was going on. And that's what we all been called to do. Well, or not. I mean, the choice is yours. You could choose the other way. I mean, we see. I mean, if there wasn't people or beings or entity choosing the other way, we wouldn't have this duality, which creates the world. In fact, you know, you need both energies to create the world that we live in here.
Hey, I'm about to send you something on Instagram. This is just in support of what you just said.
Okay.
I gotta find you. That's the part that I said I had a problem. What it's a picture of you and your wife, right?
Oh yeah.
Man, that's the part that I don't know how to do that because I don't
Well,
see
like
the picture.
send this on. Oh, okay, I got it right here. This is like I just
Oh no, here you go. I'm about to send it right now.
Oh, okay.
It's a guy and a girl, and he says damn near everything that you just said.
Oh, word. Okay.
It in a slightly different way too. So
we want to play it on the screen here.
Yeah, it's short.
Okay. Let me see.
If you know how, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll get it up. I'll get it up, my guy. It's no problem. Let's see here. Yeah, I got it right here.
And you know what I think is amazing about this part? Because you didn't see this video, and you said darn near word for word what this dude just said.
Oh, straight up.
Yeah.
They say out of the mouth of two or more witnesses. Let me start over one more time from the beginning.
Yeah.
You can see it, right?
No, I see the link.
Here we go, right here. Should be is it up here?
No, it's the link.
All right, hold up. What about now?
Yeah,
you got him? Okay.
Yep.
I don't care why you're negative. I don't care if you're watching too much TV, whatever the reason. If you're negative, if you're hateful, if you're jealous, your brain is producing these chemicals. These chemicals, aka neurotransmitters, are being dispensed into your body. And then what your cells is doing is this. Let's say if I got a cell and my cell has 5 receptors. It got a receptor for love. It got 5 receptors each. 5 for love, 5 for happiness, 5 for joy, 5 for misery, and then 5 for hate. If you miserable and you hateful more than you the other 3, when this cell divides, it's gonna have 15 for hate, 15 for jealousy, 2 for love, 2 for happiness, 2 for joy. And so now what you're literally doing is you're cellularly, literally, you are craving negativity. Yeah. This is why some people love drama. Some people love, you can't understand why you just like to argue with motherfuckers. Yeah. Because you are a walking argument. And your body is saying, feed me arguments, feed me arguments.
You attract that
and if you can't attract it, you go get it. Yeah. If it ain't coming to me, I'm going to it. Because you cellularly are a hateful person now. And you have more receptors in you pumping through your goddamn veins that's looking for hate chemical responses or jealous chemical responses, or if you're insecure. So you feed off of, like when people say, watch your thoughts and your thoughts create your reality, it's creating who you are cellularly as well. And so we talking about breaking these curses. We have to create blueprints that bring happy thoughts. Yeah. And most people don't want happy thoughts because happy thoughts expunge the egotistical thoughts you want to have. So it's fun to say, this makes me happy when it's at somebody else's expense. Right. But it's not fun to say, hey, let's just share with everybody, no matter what you look like. Oh, hell no, because my receptors don't want that. So it's just to the point where we got to just, knowing this to be a fact, I'm not speaking out my butt, knowing this to be a fact, we have to destroy anything that, to the best of our ability is going to cause us to continue to become negative people. Put positive stuff on TV. Say nice stuff to people. I know this sounds corny and people keep saying it, but hopefully with the science behind knowing how this is affecting you, it influences you to change. If you are a negative...
That's it. Now, mind you, I'm sorry. It wasn't word for word, but it's the same feeling that I got.
Hold on. Hold on. Okay, go for it.
I said my apologies that it wasn't word for word. However, it was the same exact feeling of what he was saying and what you were saying. Y'all, they aligned it. It was in a different way, but it supported what you was talking about.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. And you know, I could take that scientific route. I didn't want to go that deep on it scientifically, but it's everything that we do creates a hormonal cascade in our body, you know. And everything that we're exposed to, what is this, the field of epigenetics, talks about how even our environment, the music, the things we smell, all of these things have an impression on our DNA and what genes will be expressed. So if you think about something like cancer, we all have cancer cells going through our body all day, but the things that you're exposed to will determine if those genes get expressed or not, and if the cancer will be manifest. So the things that you do really have an effect on your cellular level, and everything works off of light codes. It's all different. Um, so you know how they have DNA, right? And you see this double helix pictograph of what DNA looks like. That's not really what it looks like, but it's a representation. What it really is a light code. And everything is light, and it affects the light code, which gets passed on from person to person. And this is why you can pass on certain light codes to other people when different light forms or spirit things or come into your realm. It affects your light code, and it all gets passed on, and it can be expressed or manifest. You can cut it off or shut it off. You can add to it or take away from it based on your consciousness. And yeah, it gets real deep when it comes to you know, epigenetics and genes and cellular communication. And if you think about our bodies, right? If you can imagine Earth and light coming in from Earth, which would be information coming from the sun, we're all like little cells on Earth, and we're passing and communicating information to each other, just like the cells in our body are passing communication onto each other. So and you can feel this communication. Sometimes you don't even have to say words. You can just feel how your body communicates to someone else. And this is how our cells pass information back to each other. And that's what he's kind of talking about, how these cells replicate like other cells like themselves, just like we replicate other children, which are like us, and passing on the information. And it's all just different variations of reproduction and life that's being carried on through these communication of codes.
Yeah, I knew you could. I knew you was going to do that. Heck,
do what, bro?
Huh?
Do what, dude?
No, it's just like when you resonate with that topic, you're able to eloquently make the point and make the picture. You know what I mean? To create a picture, and yeah, I like that.
About the body and the cells, how we communicate.
No, just the way you communicated it, the way you communicated, which I was able to see the picture. Sometimes you can hear the words and you have to create it.
Got it.
Like, yeah, you got it. But when you spoke it out, you spoke out the picture. I didn't have to create the picture; it was there, and it was beautiful. Good job.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I mean, yeah, man. You know, I think like we talked before, like there's many paths to enlightenment, and enlightenment, not in an egotistical way, is just kind of what makes your light bulb go off in your own head. And for me, it's just kind of, it's been through health and fitness, really. And I think a lot of people come through enlightenment, or making the light bulb go off for them, so they can connect the dots through many ways. Sometimes it's music, sometimes it's martial arts, sometimes it's, you know, whatever it is for you that connects the dots for you. And you know, just studying the human body and how it all kind of works just helped unlock a lot of codes for me in terms of how nature really works and how we really work. And I just try to use different analogies of the body, and you know, it just kind of makes sense in my mind, and I hope it makes sense in other people's mind too, just kind of how it's kind of come together in that way.
Yeah, I think it does, because everybody has the. I mean, in a lot of people, I think it does, because we have that thing in common, the body.
So we all got a body. We all got a body, right? No doubt.
Yeah, yeah.
If you don't got one, man, we got problems. I mean,
some people's brain is in a jar. I don't know if they're on here, but you know, some people's consciousness is inside the computer instead of in the body that's stuck on the couch.
yeah, man. I mean, and that's why I think, like, you know, I always remember this one kid who would talk to me. He was a really smart kid. He was like 12, 13, 14 at the time. And, you know, knowledge can really feed the ego.
Yeah.
And I'm really guilty of it as well, like how knowledge can feed the own ego. But he would try to talk to me about the things he was learning in, you know, 7th, 8th grade, as if I was an idiot, right? Because here I am, you know, 38-year-old personal trainer, and I'm helping him, and, you know, he's wealthy and he's learning all these things and he excels in school. I'm talking about a 14-year-old kid who was able to communicate with me equally as well as most adults could, if not better. Just really intelligent. And I asked him, I said, yeah, you have all this stuff about history, but what have you learned about yourself? School doesn't really teach you about yourself and how your body works. And that's our true knowledge. If we could really unlock that, because when we learn all, you know, more about ourselves, we unlearn the secrets of the universe, which is encoded in things like the pyramid. It's encoded in things like, you know, the Vitruvian Man and different artworks that these famous artists would do, like Michelangelo. They encoded a lot of who we are in these works. Even Einstein would talk about it in his theory of relativity, E equals mc squared. Energy is mass times the speed of light. So your body is literally energy, just at a slowed down speed of light. So when you understand more about your body and who you are, you can really start to unlock the secrets of the universe. So the point I was making with that is just get into our bodies, how we work, how we breathe, how we connect to earth, you know, how the energy flows through us, and it can really unlock some things.
Yeah, we only got a few more minutes.
Yes, sir.
But I will agree with you. I think that when we connect to ourselves and we learn more about ourselves, the message can be decoded from any and every single thing, every single event, every single person, even a person that we think is dumb.
That's right.
Or think is not intelligent, or think is like a person who is walking down the street, like one of those homeless folks that is talking to the wall, and you look at him and you ask him, what is he talking to? And he's like, I'm talking to that spider right there. And you're like, oh, okay. But he's talking about the universe, you know, and you're like, even then, there's something decoded. There's something able to be decoded from the light that they're shining. It might be a little bit, but there's something, because light always has a message.
Yes, sir. That's deep, bro. That's deep. And yeah, I like how you said it. Everything, man. That's why we can't discount each other. We all have our own unique way of connecting, our own unique connection point to everything. And we just have to let it come through. Not be afraid to put it out there, because we all have that value, that intrinsic value that we're all born with, that society is trying to make us all, you know, be the same and not express that.
Right.
But that's what we call it to do, man. Be unique, be individuals, and share it.
Yes. Yes.
All right, bro. I mean, we're gonna end it right here.
Yeah, that was a great, beautiful ending.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Good one today, bro. Always great chatting with you. We'll do it again next week if you know, the stars align.
They always do, because they never are not in the same spot when we look up.
Yes, sir.
You might have to turn our head a little bit, but they're always there.
Always there, man. All right, brother. Have a good week, bro.
All right, you as well.
All right, we out.
Yeah.